to serve each other and to share with each other our goodness, our love, our happiness, laughter, and that we will be able to enjoy. But if you are among some strangers or some people who are not good people, they have no relation to you, then you feel little hard. You cannot sit there, you cannot feel like to be there. It is natural. Where you like to be, where you feel comfortable, peaceful among them. That atmosphere is generally needed by all. This I could feel like that you are the source of it. All of you, how far you have become like that, that you are to understand. When a gardener sows the seed of a fruit plant, then he goes on nourishing it, watering it, and taking care of it, and then looks forward when it will become the same as he was expecting, a fruit tree, very nice fruit tree. But perhaps alongside some thorny bushes are growing, and they overpower that fruit tree, and after some time he finds that fruit tree is no more. All is all covered by thorny bushes, and only thorny bushes are available. Instead of fruit, there are only thorns only. Then he feels really sad that what was expected, that is not available. Now, as per design of God, plan of God, man had been made in his own image. What is God? All good, all sweetness, all peace, all love, all light, all glory, all beauty, all goodness, all virtues. And powers have also been there with him. Now we are not having powers because we have not goodness also. To your own children, if they are very good, they are very much faithful to you. If you give them something, they do not use it in their own way. They will ask you how to use it, what to do with it, and you tell them, and then they go along according to your instructions and get benefited and also are useful for the house. Then the next day you will give double, 4 times, 10 times, so that they will be able to do some better business, useful more to them and also more useful to the family, and maybe more useful also to other people of the world. And when they had done some very good business, then you will go on increasing your limits of the giving it. But if that child has got something, and you have instructed that child, do like this, do like that, don't do like that, don't use this money in this way, and you use the money in some opposite way, according as per the instructions, the next day you will not give that person anything, because you know whatever you will give to him, he will spoil the money, he will spoil himself, and he will damage so many others. So it is better not to give anything. Let him be a poor person that he is not able to do anything. If he cannot do anything bad, good, he may not also be able to do anything bad. Circumstances may be created like that. Perhaps this is the condition of us, that we have not been able to be good children of God, and that he is afraid that if I give something to these people, then these people will create some problems. And that they will become drunkards, they will become some other worldly lifestyle, and they will be able to disturb the people, they will make nuclear bombs, they will make guns and all other military things, and they will kill my people, and they will create some problems, and that I should not give them anything, so that they are not able to harm anything. If somebody is not given arms, he cannot do something good, but he will not be able to do something bad also. Because some agency which is to do is there to do something good. That is the natural source. All these species of life, except the human being, are not given anything to do. They are not feeling to do, they are not means to do, they are not tendency to do, and not power to do, and they cannot be told to do something. They cannot be instructed to do something. It is okay, they are neutral. You cannot say them good, you cannot say them bad. They have their basic nature. What is the basic nature of a goat, or a sheep, or a camel, or a dog, or a cat, or any other animal? You, from the figure of that animal, come to know what it will act, what it will be useful, what it will be harmful, and how to use it. You have to think of it, how the tendencies, capabilities, or working competencies which are there that you can use. They do not know how to use. So they are neutral, they are neither good nor bad. But a man, when it comes to you, human being, you cannot feel what it is really. What horrible, devil or evil, or dacoit, or robber, or gambler, or killer. This is, or he is a God. So wonderful, so nice, so useful, full of all love, all peace, all glory, all beauty, knowledge, wisdom, and how glorious he would be, and I will be also getting little nearness. I will get some fragrance, I will get some peace, I will get some good looks, I will feel nice, I will feel homely, friendly in the family when I will be with that person. This is the humanity from very, very downmost, from very, very downmost up to very, very high, very, very great, very, very wonderful from God. That the man is starting from God and going down up to the negative power, the devil. This is the competency or the area in which the man is to work. What man has to know, that if we are good, then we will find a result of our goodness. And if we are bad, we will have to suffer according to our actions which we have done as bad. And actions are automatic. That a good man out of his good treasures will give out what is good, and an evil out of his evil treasures will give out what is evil. It's a natural. And that if you fill some kind of dirt or something bad in some pot, what do you expect out of it? If you have a rose plant or some fragrant thing in some pot, it will give it automatically fragrance. You cannot change it. It will go on working, go on working. It cannot work according to your expectation. after you have put something in the pot, then you are to be dependent upon that what you have put already, and you cannot change it. It will go on working. Now, this category, this procedure or this behavior of the man, that man is in the make. We are to know what we are, to become what is our usefulness for ourselves and for others, and that what should be our criterion of life. Both the things are there in the human being. Man is perfect. When he begins to develop in evils, then he is really evil of the evils. Even the devils or evils will be afraid of the man, that he will become bigger than them also. And there is also some provision that man becomes like God, and God is running after the man. Please, I need you. I can live without you. Please stay. Come to me. I'm needing for you. I'm waiting for you. He will not feel himself complete without you. He will feel like that when you come to him, then he will feel better. He will become better. That can also be the status of the man. And that what I am telling you, this is truth. As you find that there are the people in this world who are very horrible, and that they are put in the prison houses so that they are not able to work according to their stock. And some are hanged also, killed also. Why? Because they are such a great burden to humanity or to the world, and that to themselves even or their family members also, that they should not be allowed to live. They have no right to live because they are so hard, so bad. And therefore they are disposed of also. You have seen such like things going on in this world. Even now it is going on. They are also human beings. But there are persons, I cannot say there are, but there had been, like Buddha, like Lord Christ, and that even if they have left their physical bodies, still their guidelines or their holy spirits are still feeling like working in us, and we find so much instigation from the lifestyles that we feel like becoming like that, and we can become like that if we follow the guidelines of their lives. And when I also initiate some people, then I ask the people who have found love, fragrance, peace or sweetness in you. On the very first day of initiation, the people show their hands that they have found something out of it. Where from we have found? It was already in you. It is very clear. You have not put some kind of fragrance or some beauty, making up something like that on yourself. But it was already in you. But why it was not available before? It is also a reason that all those thorny bushes which are now available, there is also some fruit tree which is buried or little kept or enclosed by those thorny bushes. And if you cut those thorny bushes, and then that fruit tree will also show its head, will also show itself that I am also there. And you go on nourishing the fruit tree and keep the thorny bushes low, then at some time the fruit tree will really grow up and itself will arrange like that all the thorny bushes around it to grow. It will overpower all its surroundings, and you will find what you need and what you have to enjoy, and God will bless you. This is the life of the man. That man has to know what he is to become and how he can become, so that he may be able to enjoy. And so to say, at this time, the world like to enjoy, the people like to enjoy, but they are not working on the subject of enjoyment, but they are working on the thorny bushes, on the minds and intellects. And mind and intellect is only attractive to the evils. And we are only working with the materialism of this world. And that we are living in the valley of death, where evil is ruling with suffering, evil is controlling. It has hypnotized us, it has mesmerized us. We cannot think independently, we cannot work independently. We are pushed by the evil in some directions. And we have been given this understanding that you are going on well. Because it is a criterion like that. If there are some dacoits and they collect together, who will be the chairman of that party? Who is the biggest dacoit? If there is some gathering of pickpocketers, who will be the chairman? Who is the leader? Who is the chief out of those? Having big respect, who is the best pickpocketer? In the same way, in any other company, maybe of very hard evils, that person will be taken as great and given the chair, who is the biggest of those. And so to say that this world is also going on like this. Who is big in this world? Who is having all mercy? Who is all soul? Who is all God and one with God? Who is perfect with God? Or who has got big weapons, nuclear bombs, and all these negativities of the world? This you can imagine well what is now happening in this world, and how the people of the world, anyone, not even a single one, can be happy, can be peaceful, can be living peacefully and harmonically. And after leaving the physical body, that we may enjoy, we may not go to hell. If there are heavens or hells, these both are hells. This is some kind of illusion we given to the human beings that you will find some heavens. But heavens are also controlled by the evil. Our heaven is only with God in kingdom, in His kingdom, where He is not judging anybody, because He has His own children, and He knows that children have not done anything bad. They had been pushed by someone to do something bad. They had been hypnotized. They had been mesmerized. And how they can be taken as defaulters, culprits. If they had not done anything, they had been pushed to do something bad, then those agencies who has pushed them to do something bad, they are to be taken to task. Not that innocent one who has nothing to do but has been pushed to do something. And therefore He forgives all, cleanses them all, and accepts them all, no judgment. The judgment which is there is only for those who have not found the kingdom of God, and they are still under the control of the evil, the negative power. They are to go through the judgment, and that they are to be kept in some kind of a hell or sometimes heavens, and changing from hell to heaven, heaven to hell, according to our actions. Sometimes good action, fruit of it is to be in heaven, and fruit of next following is of the evil action, then we are again to be changed into the hell. So this is nothing more than hell. It is A-class prison and C-class prison. Sometimes the A-class prison, sometimes C-class prison. A-class prison can be called heaven, and C-class can be called the hell, but both are controlled by the evil, and both are a prison house. Such a treachery has been done upon the human being because the man has accepted it because he is so innocent. Why the man is innocent? A child is innocent when the child is not with the parents, not with the father and mother. Then the child can be taken to by anybody, can be cheated, can be deceived, even taken away by anybody. Child has nothing to say because child doesn't know anything, totally innocent. So the man has born as totally innocent. But in this innocency, he is to be guided by the parents who should have knowledge and wisdom that where lies the benefit of the child, and that they should then know that he has God's soul, he has got kingdom of God, and he has also God with him, and which kind of life is to be given to the child if he is only to be made a thorny bush through the body, through the mind and intellect, through which the negative power is working. That agency through which the negative power is to work is to be kept closed, and that through which the God power is to work, that is to be opened. So in olden days it was some kind of custom that the newly born child was taken to a master to be blessed. And what was the blessing of the master? That he was awakening the soul of the child and was sitting by the side of the soul, and some kind of meditation was given for sound meditation, especially that the child may be given little plugging of the right ear by the parents, and that child will accept whatever is given to him. And in this way, the soul will begin to grow, and automatically the mind will go down. It is a natural process. If evil is stronger, it will press down the good one. If the good one is stronger, evil will automatically go down. And both cannot be growing if one is weaker and other is stronger, because both cannot be together. Positive and negative, they will have to cancel each other, and only that one will remain who is bigger. If you have 5 in your credit and you have 4 in debt, you will only find 1 positive at least, because 4 has been cancelled by the negative, by the debt. But if you have more of debt and less of the credit on your bank account, then when you go to the bank, they will ask from you. They will not give anything to you. You will ask, my credit is also there. They show your debt also. Your debt is also there. Who will clear the debt? Please pay the debt. Your credit is cancelled. It is not there. This is also with us, that when we begin the life of the child from God, then we are filled with all blessings of God, all goodness, all peace, all light, all life, knowledge, wisdom, everything wonderful, everything wonderful. And what a child will grow as God, as soul to become God, and will become perfect, and will become one with God. And what are the competency and powers and what to everything of God, that will be just clear. That if you have to see God, if you have to find God, you have to see the man, because he is image of God. If you feel like looking at your face, what you look like, you cannot see directly, you will have to go to mirror, and there you will find what you are. So you cannot see God, because he is of some high status and subtle. But you see yourself, or someone who has become God. Then you will come to know what God is. And that who is to see God also? Your mind cannot see God. Your intellect cannot see God. As soul, when you go to that level where God is there, then you will be able to see God. Or you yourself reach that level where God is, then you can see yourself when you reach at that level. This is the way if your father is living on the seventh story, his glory, his greatness, what he has got, wonderful, you cannot know. You have to go up, reach that seventh story, there you will find your father and all his glory, all belongings, all his what he has got, wonderful. And then you will find that you are also the same. Because the atmosphere is like that anything which is put into the fire becomes fire. It loses its own self. If you put even stone or earth into the fire, it will also become red hot. It will also become the same as fire. So there is a criterion over there that whoever goes over there is just becoming the same over there. Nothing can be there except that what is there. And in this world also it is a theory that anybody who remains in this world will become more and more evil. I don't want to say it, but what can I say opposite to the truth? We are all going along on the way of destruction, on the way of evil. What is growing in us? Is Godhood growing in us? Or some kind of that we are telling lies, hypocrisy, and we are all having bad habits, negative habits, and that we are suffering and we are cause of sufferings, and that we are growing more and more in this respect. And further generations are also growing. 50 years back, I also could find, when I joined my service in India, I could find so many people of good character and nice, going on. But after about 28 years, when I left my service, I could find a great change in the system of the government, of the people, and of the department in which I was serving. That it had gone down very much. Some time back, I was met with a politician. He was in government administration. He was telling me that some time back we were telling to our children, you will like this leader, you will become Gandhi, or you will become Harinder Prasad, or you will become Jawaharlal Nehru. They were ideal characters, ideal leaders. That we were putting some kind of characters in front of our children. Would you be like to become like that? And we were telling now they all have gone. Now I cannot say to any child, or the parents cannot say any child, any kind of example of goodness. All have abolished. That some time back some good people were existing, some ideal ones, which could be told to him, our children, that they are some examples. You can also become, which some people had become, you can also become. Follow their exemplary lifestyle, you will also become the same. And now if there is no example, then what we can show children that you can become like that? If nobody could become like that, we cannot say to children, you can become. He will say, if nobody could become, well, how I can become? It is impossible for me. Then the feeling of the heart really sinks down. If nobody could do something what is expected of me, how can you expect of me which others could not do? But when we find some example that somebody with some guidance or with some efforts could become, then we feel like that we can also become. It is very easy then. So the world has gone down, degraded everywhere, all over the world. Degradation is going on. And if this side of the world is going along developing, then what will be the end of it? End of it will be that it will all collapse. Because the supporter of the life in this world is God. And at certain stage, when the supporter is too little in this world, and the destroyer or killer is much more, then really it will go away, go down. It will not be able to exist. And this is now being felt. All the people of the world, even big governments, are feeling that they cannot exist. There are such like horrible nuclear weapons now have come into existence. And still efforts are being made to improve more and more. Sometime back, I was very much astonished to see a computer, quite a big computer. And it was working. And after some time, there was some dog tap, a small computer. And now there is a palm top. So you can put the computer on your hand and go on working upon it. And you can put it in the pocket. And sometimes it will be improving more also. You can put it on your head or on your nose. Or sometimes you will become computer. And that improvement or development in this side is going on. And man will get benefited out of it? No. He is only increasing his speed, and he needs more and more speed. When he is traveling at 2 miles or 2 kilometers a day, it was okay. It has grown speed. Now it has extended its business by long distances. When I was small boy in my area, I know that all my relatives were within 5 miles radius. Because the people had not conveyances and therefore did not go beyond 5 miles because there was no chance to go beyond it and it was not practical. And now one relative is in India, one is in Canada, one is in USA, one is in Australia, one is in New Zealand, because ways and means are there. And that we have created such like situation that we cannot help going over there. We have to find those conveyances. If we have still followed the same procedure that we had at from just within 5 mile radius, you need not travel anywhere. And you can go along nicely, wonderfully, as we had been going along in those days also very nicely. We had to walk for 4 miles or 3 miles or 5. It is not difficult. Just in 1 hour, 2 hours, one can reach over there without any conveyance. And everything was going on nicely. When some inventions are there which give us more facility, we use the facility and we want more, still more, still more, still more. That mind, if it finds 10, then it demands 50. When it finds 50, it demands 100. When it finds 100, it will demand 500. When it finds 500, it will demand 1,000. That what you find, your mind again is already before you. I am not satisfied, I am not satisfied. Whatever inventions, whatever developments are there, it cannot satisfy your mind. Mind will still want more, will still need more. So the problems and suffering and worries and peace of the man is nowhere. This is basic theory, my dear. But it will only be understandable to you when you will become soul. Till you do not become soul and you are only working at the level of mind, this right understanding cannot be there for you. And when there is no right understanding, then everywhere you are in ditch. You are in some problem. You are in some difficulty, because if you lose your eyes and begin to walk, what will happen to you? You will not gain anything, you will not achieve anything, but you will be caught up by difficulties and problems and sufferings and hits of some kind of horrible situations only you will find. Any of your action will be opposite to your fate. You will find something opposite to what you want, because you are not directed properly. Till you are not soul, you are not guided by God, helped by God each moment. Who is your father? Who is your sympathizer? Who has love for you? Who has feeling for you that you are to enjoy, you are not to suffer? And he can arrange, and he knows how to arrange this. Then you are only safe. But in the hands of the ruling of the evil, who is only to make us suffer and destroy us, he has no love for us, and he has no sympathy for us. He only wants to use to make us his slaves, and use very, very horribly, very, very horribly, has no heart for us. How we can expect anything good from this? This is the basic principle which have to be known, and this has been told by all the masters. It is not that I am telling to you, it is the truth. And when you have been initiated, you could find something better. And if you go on meditations, maybe half an hour, or maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, after that you feel something much more easier, much more comfortable, and worries and problems and sufferings had gone down, and diseases has also got less in intensity, and all your atmosphere in the family, in your jobs, in your concerns, anywhere in your connections have gone more smooth, has gone more lubricated. All that friction, all that disturbance is now not so much. It has gone less and less. And if you go on working as soul more, still more, you will go on improving till you are totally out of the control of the evil, out of the reach of the sufferings, the problems, the worries, and you are 100% embedded in God and goodness and enjoyment and peace, and that you will enjoy forever, for eternity. So, my dear, this is my humble submission to all of you. If you enjoy, you will enjoy. If you suffer, you will suffer. But why I am worried about you? What is the reason? Why I am worried about you? Because there is some reason behind it. Because I am connected to you. I am in oneness to you. You belong to me, I belong to you. If you suffer, I cannot enjoy. And if you enjoy, that is my enjoyment. If your suffering is my suffering. Your enjoyment is my enjoyment. I want to enjoy. However, I will enjoy. It's very clear. If you enjoy, I will be able to enjoy. And that this had been the criterion of the life of all the masters. Because they are not in their own self, but they are connected with all humanity through God, through central exchange. Through central exchange, you can communicate with all other people who are in connection with your telephone. But without central exchange, you cannot contact anybody. So this central exchange, God, is to be established, its connection, and then you will find help, guidance, protection, and also will be able to be connected with all in sympathy and love. In love, we may serve each other. You will not remain individuals. Then you will first service before self. That automatically will come to you as the father or mother has to serve their children first. And then they will feel like to be served themselves. That will also be your criterion. So, my dear, what way of life has been given to you, that is called the way of life. And that you are to adopt, and that you are to find enjoyment with that. There is no other way to live, not to talk of enjoying the world even. Okay, my dear, now I will request you to find your seats for meditations wherever you can.